Well, welcome back to another episode of On Spot Sports. I'm Jack, and today's episode we are joined by a very special guest, Trevor Micucci. He played for the St. Catharines Saints this year in the Allan Cup Hockey League, over competing for the Allan Cup there. But he spent time in the Federal Prospects Hockey League before that, a couple years ago with Elmira, Binghamton, a couple years at an NCAA Division III Buffalo State College, and this is his second time coming on the show. So another guest that's coming on again. So I'm excited to get this episode going and talk about the Allen Cup and what you've been doing since your time in the Fed. So Trevor, I'm excited to get you on. So welcome to the show, Trevor Micucci.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Thanks for having me back too. I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. It's always good to get guests back on that's been on the show before. So like, how have you been? Like, it's been quite a while since we talked, and like it's been a couple years since you played in the Fed as well.
Right, right. Yeah, I'm doing well. I mean, personally, I've got two kids now. Um, House living in Buffalo. Full-time job, man. I can't complain. Super happy with my life. And obviously back into playing competitive hockey up in St. Catharines. Just enjoying myself. Enjoying myself. It's been a really fun time.
Yeah, that's huge, and like if you're enjoying yourself, you have a family too now, like you said, and like there's nothing better than that. And now you're getting back into the swing of playing as well from because you're the Buffalo area, so like that's
Right.
not that far from St. Catharines either.
No, yeah, 40 minutes over the border. Nothing.
Yeah, but like what like you played in St. Catharines this year, and like the Allen Cup's like one of the most prestigious like trophies besides obviously the Stanley Cup and the oldest and all that. It's like what was it like playing for the Allen Cup and just being in St. Catharines and getting that competitive flow again?
It was so much fun. We were talking earlier. The I miss like the compete level and the grind of it all. Um, and you get these guys in the league, mostly all Canadians, former NHL players, AHL players, East Coast players. There's guys in the KHL there, juniors, youth sports, like just everything. Um, they come in, they know what to do. They know how they want to play. They take it all seriously. Like they want to win. Um, Being in the Allen Cup, like the schedule is not as hard as like other like professional schedules. Like we practice a couple of times a week, games on the weekend. Most of these guys all have full time jobs now. Have moved on from their uh, professional hockey careers, and kind of like me, just missed to compete and play at this level. So you get these guys that come here in the Allen Cup, and they work their butts off, man, uh, just to compete and win, and that's what I love about it. And especially being in St. Catharines was a new team this year, and being a new team, like sometimes hard to get going. But St. Catharines came out, they showed up for us. Like by the end of the year, like we had a little barn, but we were packing it. The energy was great in there, um, and they love to see you win, especially up in Canada. So super fun. Can't wait to get going again.
Yeah, like you have the experience of both like playing in the US and then obviously like now in Canada. Like what do you notice about like the differences between like playing in the United States and then playing Hockey Canada?
Yeah, that's a good question. Uh, since I was little, probably since I was like 7, 8 years old, I've always been up in Canada. Um, Spring tournaments, summer, playing winter hockey. Like we would when I was younger, playing on the Wheatfield Blades, the Buffalo Regals. We were always up in Canada playing against the Marlies, playing against oh god, Toronto Bad Boys. Like there's so many teams I can just keep going on about. Vaughan Kings. Um, One thing I always noticed is even from a young age, like those guys are there to win. They're not there to goof around. Um, they just take it so seriously. Like when you step on the ice, when you step in the locker room, like they're there to play hockey. Um, and like even now, like being 28 years old, it's the same thing. Like you get in there, they're ready to go, they're dialed in. Um, and that's not to say that the U.S. isn't, but I think it's just like a different, like that is their lifestyle. They go home, it's eat sleep hockey. Um, and then they come back to the rink and just grind it out, and that's just what I loved about it. And I love the going up there competing. You know, I've said that a few times now, but it's just like just hard and like always grinding it out.
Yeah, and like that, it just brings out the competitiveness in everyone as well. Like when I was in Watertown, like I played in Gananoque in the Eastern Ontario League over
Mhm.
there, and like the same, I noticed the same thing. Like it doesn't matter like what level it is, like it's still a high level, and
Exactly,
you're still everyone's still dialed in. Like my captain was like guy that played like 10 years in the American League in the coast, and like he's as dialed in as everyone else. Like obviously he's having a good
exactly.
time, but like he's still there to win, and he gets pissed if we lose, and like the expectations are that you have to go in and compete and win.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And you represent for what's on your chest. And you know, there's a good different age groups there. Like I'm 28, but there's guys in their mid 30s. There's guys on my team in their late 40s. But like you said, like it's the same thing. Like doesn't matter the age, doesn't matter the level. Like at the end of the day, they're there to play and they're there to win.
Yeah, and like that's what I love about it. Like we're both competitors. Like if you're playing the sport, like we all love winning. Like we hate losing. And like that's what really brings out the competition. Like even in practices, like I notice like everyone's going balls to walls and really competing and battling against each other. And it doesn't matter if it's practice or a game. Like you're still going 100% no matter what.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, I like that you bring up practice too. Like, and this, I mean, you know, just speaking out of experience. Like I remember growing up and you know being a goalie, you get to see like what the guys are doing like on the boards and stuff, and they're like either messing around with each other, like flipping pucks at each other, you know, just stupid little things. But those Canadian boys, man, like they're single file in line, just waiting for the next rep up.
Yeah, it's just the next rep, and I'm gonna go 100%. Gonna
Yep.
try to rip a puck past you and get ready for the next drill.
Oh yeah. And if you don't cover that puck, man, they'll play the rebound until it's in the net.
Yeah, exactly. But like, how much fun was practices in St. Catharines and just being able to compete and battle against these guys that play high level?
Cool, man. Like we didn't practice, you know, super often. Um, but when we did, it was a late at night practice. Like guys are just getting out of work, obviously. Um, so I'd get up to St. Catharines, it'd be like 10 p.m. But you know, we're still getting guys showing up at the rinks, like still battling it out at that hour, just because you know they want to stay fresh, they want to go in and be ready for the weekend. Because even at that level, like you take a little time off, man, it'll catch you. Like you got to keep going, you got to keep keeping up with your physical activity. Um, and that's another thing I miss too, like just practicing. Like you don't realize like how much little things you miss out on um, when you're not doing it every single day. So like just getting back into like the speed of it and like I remember like I was training with my dad and I was like really slow on these back door passes and I kept getting scored. I'm like, what the hell am I doing here? And it's just like 4 years ago, man, I would be able to fly across there, but I just like it. I like to get back into the grind of it.
Yeah, and like that's what people don't really talk about either with practices. Like you can do as much solo practice and like just training by yourself, but like once you get in like that team practice and that team atmosphere, like it's completely different from training by yourself.
Oh
And
my gosh, yeah.
when and like it's so much more fun because like I'm a guy that loves to like chirp like at the guys. Like if you make a save, like be like, oh yeah, like just like give
Oh
it to
yeah.
them again because like they'll give it to you when they score. So like just having that
Oh my yeah, of course, of
competitiveness is
course.
so fun.
No, it's super good. Yeah, and like you can train solo like it's just you and you know a shooter or something. As soon as I got back into practicing and like the reps right away, I was like, holy shit, these are a killer right now. My legs are dead in the first 5 minutes. I'm out of breath, but it's fun.
Yeah, it's just a bag at that point. But like
Exactly.
how do you get back into like in St. Catharines? Like it's they're a new team, obviously, like you said, and like how did that happen? Get back into to St. Catharines?
Yeah. I had been following the league for a little bit now. I have known about it for the past couple of years. Um, I've got a few buddies who played in there, not at St. Catharines at the time, but uh, other teams like Dundas and Stony Creek and whatnot. And I just had happened to see that St. Catharines was bringing a team into the league. Um, right on their post, it said reach out to so and so. I did. They put me in contact with the owner of the team, and it's just like that, man. Like just to express my interest in it, my knowledge of the game and past experience. Um, Came up and did a few skates before, signed, and took off from there.
Yeah, that's good to get back into it, and it being a new team too. Like obviously, being a new team, like you have your ups and downs too. Like, did you notice anything right away, or was it pretty smooth transition right from the get-go?
I mean, our first game, like we got our ass kicked pretty good. Um, and it might have been from guys missing a step, um, maybe not being primed back into that level of play. Um, but 3 weeks after that, it's all set to go. We had more guys come in that were interested in it. Like there was guys who just wanted to feel it out too. I mean, so many hockey players come out of the St. Catharines area or anywhere out of that. Um, so they just want to feel it out. You want to see what it's all about. Um, and then you get a couple wins, you get a nice little crowd at home. Um, Hear good things about players, coaches, staff, everything like that. It builds interest, and I think that's what happened. I mean, three games before playoffs, we were in last place, and granted, there's only 5 teams right now, but those small points matter. Um, we went on a 3 game run, made it in the playoffs, got third place, and just like that, like everyone was excited and roaring again. Um, so like it's just like staying with it, keeping interest in it. Um, and I think we had a pretty strong connection, like our group, from last year, and they'll be coming back this year, so it'll be pretty cool. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, that's huge, especially going into another year. Like you already have big expectations because you made the
Right,
playoffs, you made the Allan Cup, like playoff tournament, and now you have something to look forward to and like expectations to push even further. But like you
right.
personally got to play in 13 games throughout the regular season. So like what was it like getting back into the game type situations and just having just all those games matter and like you have to win like you did in the Fed.
Right. Yeah, just playing men's league the past few years, man. Like those 20-minute periods, they come back and you're like, holy crap, I can't believe I did this for so long. Um, but no, like I think 3 games into it, I was back into right into that mode. Um, I was really happy with my season. I think the team trusted me. I made a really good connection with everybody, and the community as well. And like those are like the main things for me. Um, like you mentioned, like I played pretty much most of the games. Whenever I could be there, like if I could be there, I wanted to play. Um, and I'm glad that everyone had like trusted me to do that as well. Um, but yeah, like it was super fun. I felt super thankful and like appreciative of all the support that I got. Um, and I thought I came in and did a good showing. Like it might not show that necessarily on the stat sheet, like numbered wise. Um, but you got to know like the circumstances too. Like I might let in like 6 goals a game, but I'm also getting peppered with shots, and if I wish I could stop all 50 of them, but those back doors catch up on you. Um, no, but like it's just fun. I'm just glad I'm doing it. I'm glad I'm back at a level like this, and you know, I miss the boys, like miss the atmosphere of all that, and I get to bring my family into it too. It gives us something to do, especially in these long Buffalo winters.
Oh yeah, the long winters are is definitely a tough time. But like I'm I was gonna bring it up like you it must be nice bringing the family and like having your kids watch you as well now.
Yeah, it's super cool. Um, my daughter, she's gonna be 4 now, actually, on Monday. She first couple times at the games, and she was there in Elmira too. She was little though. She was little. Um, so she doesn't remember much of that. But she came to a few of the games this year, and she would run around. She had her hockey stick. She had her popcorn. She would just have a good time. So it's cool to just look over and see my wife, my kids, and have them enjoying themselves. My dad, my parents, my mom, they're at the games. It's just cool to like keep sharing that with them. Having someone to watch and support you. Um, and our little guy too. He's 9 months, so I don't know how much of this he'll know about, but it's still pretty cool. I got to bring him in the locker room after we won a big game. Get in the playoffs. Everyone loved him. He had a good time, so it's fun. It's cool.
Yeah, maybe that memory will stick with him out of all the things that
Right,
he
right.
he could remember at that stage. Yeah, but like that's nice to have like your family there to support you and everything like that. And like
Yeah.
but like you said, like a big playoff push and then you guys make the playoffs and the Allan Cup is the second oldest trophy, like you said,
Mhm.
besides the Stanley Cup. It's like
Right.
what was it like in that playoff tournament just because it means a lot to everyone playing in that
Yeah.
league.
Yeah. Yeah. So like you said, second oldest trophy, sister cup to the Stanley Cup. It was intense. We played Wentworth in the first round. Really, really good team. Our first game was super close to them. I think we lost in OT 4-3. Um, the next two games they kind of handled us well. Um, but yeah, man, like it was intense. Like even at St. Catharines, at Wentworth, um, they came to play, and like I think one of our games was like a Thursday night. So you get up there for a 7 o'clock game, you get out of work at 5 o'clock, like, and these guys are ready to go, man. Like it, it's a regular hockey, and like you wouldn't be able to know the difference. You wouldn't
Yeah.
be able to know that you know so and so just worked an 8 hour shift
It's not like
doing
you're getting there
stocking
two and a
stuff,
half
right?
hours early like you did
Right,
in the Fed.
exactly. Prepping just like you would any other game, like Allan Cup final or Stanley Cup final, like just ready to go. Um, but that's what's cool about it. Like uh, pressure's a privilege, so like you get in those situations, and you want to feel that stuff because you're competing for something that means a lot, especially up in Canada.
Yeah, that's huge to just have that energy, have that competitiveness, and like it means a lot. And like there's so many good players that come throughout that tournament too. Like I
Hmm.
remember seeing like one of the guys that like I think he posted it last year on Instagram, like Darren Hadar, like he was the captain for the Wolves, like when they won the cup in 2008, went back
Hmm.
like that's my hometown like American League
Right.
team that like I've grown up watching. Like I know
Yeah.
he competed in that before and like just having guys like that are former NHLers, former AHLers, coast players, like what's it like playing with and against those guys, especially like coming from like where you play in the Fed before and like you're playing pro hockey and like but like these guys are at like the top of the top.
Right. The biggest things there is like I just love their professionalism. Um, they're there to win. Obviously, like everyone wants to have a good time, but like you step on the ice, you're there to win, um, and you want to take it seriously. Um, and their hockey IQ is like not making dumb plays, like not just shooting the puck up the ice, or no
Just
look passes
ripping a
behind the net.
corner.
Right. Like, and the little things too, like just the little details. It's everything. Um, and then sharing that with the other guys on the team. Like, not everybody played in the coast or AHL, so you get up there. I mean, we had a few guys like right out of U Sports too, right out of Brock University. So they get to come up there and they already have like a great knowledge of the game, but you get to play with these guys, um, and just continue learning. Like, no matter what level you're at, like you're still learning, you're still getting better at something, and that was really the coolest part for me.
Yeah, and like you realize like once you like see like NHL, AHL players, like just the amount of detail and everything that goes into their games and just how slim air that they have to like like they can pick their corners like nothing, like compared to like other
Oh
leagues,
yeah.
and like you have to be on your positioning has to be tight and like on point for you to make that save, and sometimes you just get lucky too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, yeah, that's another thing. Just like the way they shoot the puck, like you could be in the best position possible and they sometimes still find a way. It's like it's you know, it's why they played at the level that they did, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And like what was some of your favorite memories throughout the year? Like obviously like you said the playoff push and like that going that
Mhm.
big game, but like just like think back on like the other memories that came throughout the season. Like what were some of those memories like?
Yeah, I think our first win I remember over Cambridge at home, that was awesome. It was cool just to be like the first team to do it in Saints history. Um, we had some really good battles against Stony Creek. Um, they were number one in the league, so they finished first in our league. Competed for the Robertson Cup against Wentworth, and then competed for the Allan Cup in Newfoundland. Um, Unfortunately, they ended up losing those two trophies. But they were a very good team. I think we beat them two or three times, but all of those games, like um, back and forth, getting peppered with shots on both sides. I remember the first time we played them, I think we were down 5-2 or 5-3 going in the third. Um, we came back, won it in OT. So like that was just super cool. Um, and those wins like bring you guys so close together because after you get to go out, have a good time, and then do it all again next week. But yeah, our first win, that was pretty cool. Those games against Stony Creek, the last three of the season where we just went on a little heater there, that was really good. Um, and we got to compete in Cambridge a few times. I was there for two of the games, I believe, or one of the games. I was up in Cambridge. But something cool about them is like they have from what they say in the arena, it's the oldest rink in the world. So I mean, it was pretty cool, pretty cool stepping in there. And you know what, I liked it. I mean, they definitely keep up on it, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah, so you talked about like the oldest barn that you played in. Like obviously that has to be a favorite barn that because it is so old and has so much history to it. But like what are some other barns that were your favorites when you played up in St. Catharines in the Allan Cup?
Yeah, that Cambridge rink was really cool for being the oldest rink in the world. Um, they did a really good job, keeping it up to date. Even when we were in there, they were building something off to the side. I think it was like a new clock tower or something. But it was pretty cool. So yeah, that was a nice rink. Honestly, all the rinks are pretty nice. Like Dundas has a nice rink. I think they won the craft hockey, um, the Hockeyville.
Oh yeah, the
This is
Hockeyville. Yeah.
right, right. I think this was a few years ago now, but that was a nice little place to play at. Wentworth has a really nice facility. Stony Creek's a little older, but they get a good crowd in there. And our rink was probably the smallest, but for what it was, like, um, we packed it pretty nicely. So like to have the crowd in there and the atmosphere was really good. Definitely a lot smaller ice though. Tight in between the neutral zone, tight behind the boards. So it was a really fast-paced game.
Yeah, I like when I was in Gananoque, like we went to Westport, and that ice surface was super small, and like as a goalie, you have to find all your angles differently compared
Oh
to
yeah.
like a normal rink, a normal size ice surface. Like I'm pretty sure the first two shots I faced in that rink went in because my angle was completely off. So, but we got dialed in after that, and but it's interesting how different. Like obviously you have the Olympic rink, you have the standard rink, and then you
Right.
go to whatever like the different ice surfaces in Westport or wherever else, and you really have to find your angles there.
Oh yeah. Even the shots and everything too come so much faster. Like
Yeah.
when I was in Minnesota, like our ice out there was Olympic size. So when it came from the blue line, I felt like I had all day. But here, like at our rink, like it comes off their stick and like it's already at you. So
The blue
you
line's like the
definitely
top of
have
the slot.
yeah, like you got to be quick with it. But sometimes I feel like that might benefit me. Like because you really don't have like a choice. You have to be quick and in the zone,
Yeah.
like because if you're not going to get there, like it's just an easy goal.
Yeah, it's funny because like I never was at a rink like that, and like I was like, what kind of rink is this? Like it's
Yeah.
so small, but like makes the game feel faster, like you said, and like you have to be dialed in 100% of the
Oh yeah,
time. Like
definitely.
you can't think about something for like a second. You have to be dialed on the game because it comes at you fast.
Oh yeah, exactly. Just stop the puck and react.
Yeah, exactly. But like there's so much history with the Allan Cup and everything like that, and like the atmospheres I've heard throughout the Allan Cup tournaments is crazy. Like you said, like St. Catharines, like your barn, your atmosphere is unreal over there. It's like
Hmm.
what's the atmosphere like there, and just like throughout the different barns that you go to.
Um, but yeah, St. Catharines is really good, especially towards more towards mid-year, end of the year. I think the word got out about us a little bit. Um, and we, like I said, like it's not like it's not big. Like it can get packed pretty quick. But it was nice, like concessions, like food, drinks, like they had it all. Um, and the ice dogs are right down the road too, in the OHL. So like, um, to still get a good crowd when they're playing on Fridays and Saturdays as well. Like it meant something, so I thought that was pretty cool. Um, but for the most part, like everybody drew pretty well. Stony Creek has some really supportive fans, and they traveled too. Um, not like Stony Creek is too far off from St. Catharines, but still, like they still came and watched and supported their team. Um, Wentworth has a really has a pretty good showing. Dundas was fine for what we were there. Um, but it was nice to play inside their barn. And kind of the same deal with Cambridge.
Yeah, those are all good atmospheres to play in, especially like when you get like those crowds, especially with like rinks like with low stadiums,
Oh yeah,
like it could fit 100 people, and like it'll feel like there's 1,000 people in there just because
right, right,
the ceiling's so low, and
right.
like the ice surface is so like everything just echoes off the
Oh
ice.
yeah, it's like you're right there in front of you. And like, especially with playoffs too, like no matter what it is, like people are going to want to come show up, watch for playoffs. I mean, it could be like 9 and over league guys, and they'd be there just to see someone go at it, and want to
But
win.
yeah, playoff hockey is a different breed.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, like what was the atmosphere, or like what was like the differences between like regular season and then when you got to playoffs? Like obviously in the competitiveness, like obviously like in any league, like the competition goes up in playoff time. Like
Hmm.
what differences did you see in those games?
So you just got to ramp it up. Obviously, more's on the line. Um, you start to notice like certain features about players, like engaging things maybe a little differently that they wouldn't during the regular season because they know it's playoff time and you got to be on your best game. Um, and that comes from everybody, like our team and opposing teams. Like they're there to win. Like at the end of the day, like um, you know we've talked about like the levels that no, it's not professional hockey, but you're still there. You're getting paid, and you're still representing a part of Canada, and that means something to everybody in the league. So you know they want to win. They want to bring it home. They want to you know have that positivity from their city that they play out of. So yeah, everything you just got to take it up a whole other notch. Um, I feel like for myself personally, like you just got to get into a mind zone that it's like do or die, which it is, and just got to give it your all. Um, and it's not even like a difference from regular season to playoffs. It's just like not being scared, like just go out there, play. There's nothing to be afraid about, Not like someone's got a gun to your head saying, if you don't win this game, like this is it for you. Like just go out there and play, man. Like just go out, enjoy yourself, give it the best that you can do, control what you can do, and go out there and play.
Yeah, all you gotta do is have fun. Like you're playing competitively, and you're playing at a
Right,
high level, and for something that means something. So there's not
right,
nothing better
exactly.
than that. Yeah, but like we've talked about like this episode, like the mentality of the Allan Cup, like the different atmospheres and like there's always different ways to like you're still learning throughout, like, even as a 28-year-old, like you're still
Hmm.
learning the game and learning the position, everything like that. So like what's advice that you'd give like does like goaltenders looking to get to that next level, get learning, being a student of the game, because that's one of the
Right.
most important parts of being a goalie in anything is like being a student of the game and just taking things in and absorbing everything that's around you and like all the experiences.
Yeah, playing at so many different levels, like, and being in so many different scenarios and positions, like, I definitely have gained a lot. Um, and I think the biggest thing for me is like just the mental part of it. Um, I know like in juniors, like I wanted to achieve more than just, playing juniors. So like I wanted to be playing all the time. If I wasn't playing, like you could see it reflect in like my personality. As I'm older now and like I find myself being on the older end of guys, like I don't want that. Like I don't want to come off as negative. I want to be supportive to whoever's playing. Be there, try and help out guys. Like the other goalies on my team are, you know, in their younger 20s. I don't know their age for sure. But being almost 30, it's like, yeah, of course I want to play, but like I don't need the drama of stressing out if I'm starting or not. Like
Yeah.
it's just like I'm just not at that point anymore. Um, and whoever's in that, like, just get the team a win. Like, I hope like the most success for yourself personally and for the team. Like, that's all I want. Um, and as far as like just keeping up and like getting to the next level, like you got to work your balls off. Like, you got to do the little things. You got to take your time in practice. Um, you want to get to know everybody on your team. You want to have a good relationship with those guys. That just it's like a web. Like it feeds out to everybody else. You just want to show that, like you want to be supportive. Like I said, you want to be um, there and prepared and ready for anything, um, and just do the little things like take some time to yourself as like a goalie, skate around a little, work on some things that you think you're struggling on, grab a guy, to do the work with you, and just take that with you and then share it on for the next guy too. Um, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Um, when I was in the Fed, like I was happy that I had gotten to say that I had like played at a professional level. Um, and like personally, I thought I could have even continued on further. And who knows what have went on from there, but it was just a different point in my life and more personal things that came up. I had a daughter, you're obviously not making hundreds of thousands of dollars in the Fed, so like I just couldn't do that to support ourselves. Um, so that's just why I stepped away from it. But even during the off period, like obviously I missed the game, but like I ended up getting a great job, like college graduate now. Like I said, my wife and I are married. Um, I've got two kids. Like the best things in the world came out of that. And at the end of the day, I still got hockey, and I still, you know, playing at the level I compete in, and I feel like I'm doing fairly well. I mean, someone else could do whatever they want, but um, yeah, it's just the way it goes.
Yeah, you're just enjoying life and like that's what it's all about. It's like just
Right.
enjoying what you do, enjoying your life and just really like loving
Hmm.
loving what you do and like you have a family out of it now too. So like that's even better.
Right. Right. Yeah. Just put your best foot forward. Be positive. You know, work hard and control what you can. And that's all you can do as a goalie. Like you can't control everything. Not everything's going to go your way all the time. Um, One of the hardest positions in sports. I don't think it's said enough.
Yeah. Lots of trial and error, lots of failing
Hmm.
and little wins, but when you do get those little wins, like you got to take advantage of it and really celebrate those successes.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, but before we wrap this episode up, like you talked about like the mentality of being a goalie and everything like that. So like what has been like obviously you've had your changes over like
Mhm.
how you handle like your mentality and how you go through the mental side of things, but like looking back throughout like your career to where you're at now, like what has been like the key successes for your mentality and how you've had success?
It's changed so much over the years, like from a mental, physical, everything has changed. Um, and one thing too, like I have obsessive compulsive disorder. Um, and like for people who don't really know what like OCD is, it's not like the tidiness and being a clean freak and stuff. Um, it's really like a mental overload, and it just kind of drags on you. And like anyone who doesn't know about it, definitely please like look it up and look into it. Um, but that for the longest time, and I didn't even realize it until I got older, had the biggest toll on um, my hockey game. Like the things I would do before games, like as far as like rituals and superstitions go, like totally bizarre and off the wall, like just not even necessary to what goes into a hockey game. And there would be so many of them that I couldn't even count. Like had I messed up one ritual, that was it. Like I was going to play a bad game.
Yeah.
Um, so like from from that point, like being 18, 19 years old and going through that to where I'm at now, like in my head at that point, I was like, oh my gosh, I have to do this, this, and that right in order to play my game correctly. To where I'm at now, it's just like go out there, try your absolute best, um, have fun. If it doesn't go your way, it doesn't go your way.
Yeah.
Like who's going to be upset with you, and how can you be upset with yourself if you're going out there trying hard? Yeah, you might let in 7, 8 goals. I don't know, but if you're giving it your best, like you can't hang your head at the end of the day. Um, but yeah, it's been a major shift, and obviously a lot of like personal things on and off the ice have affected that as well. Um, but aside from the mental aspect of it, it's just working hard. Like I knew getting back into this league, like I couldn't come in off of three years, only skating once, twice a week maybe, and expect to play the way I did in the past. Like, I got some ice on my free time. Thankfully we had practices and fine tuning things, and then once you get into it, like you start catching up on those things again, and that's cool to like find out about yourself and still learn new things. And goaltending or goalie coaching too. I like being in it because I love being like present with the students that I work with, and like being like, hey, like I'm working on this too, like I want to show you this. um so yeah, it's just like a big catch up, like a big catch up game. um but yeah, no, definitely major changes in the past 10 years, even the past 5 years from when I was at Elmira. Like it had gotten better at that point. um but still, like like I said earlier, like you're always improving yourself, you're always learning new things about yourself. um and it's never going to stop, even when I'm 40, if my knees are still working, and I'm out there playing at 6 in the morning or whatever it is, I'm sure I'm still going to be picking up things.
Yeah, as long as your hips, knees, joints, everything
Right,
is
right,
healthy,
right.
you're still gonna be out there buzzing around.
Yes.
Yeah, but like it's cool to see like the changes and everything like throughout like those 10 years and 5, 10 years. Like even for
Right.
me personally, over the last 5, 6, 7, 8 years, like there's so many things that have changed and it's benefited my game, and it's like
100%.
it's
Yeah,
made like my mental clarity so much better, and I'm
exactly.
not dialed in on I got to do this and this. If I don't do that, I'm just gonna play bad.
Right, right. And I wish I knew that all those
Yeah,
years ago. It's hard too, like the pressure on these guys now, like especially with all the new rules with juniors. Like I couldn't imagine. My 18-year-old self would probably, I was stressed to the max as it was, like trying to get a scholarship and go as far as I can. Like I couldn't imagine what these guys are going through now. So take it easy on yourself. Like give yourself a
yeah,
break. A lot of these guys, especially in juniors or pro, whatever the case is, like you're in an unfamiliar spot. You're miles and miles away from home. Like you already got a lot on your plate, and no one takes that into consideration. Um, they only think about, oh, you're there to play hockey. Yeah, you're there to play hockey, but like you're a person too.
Yeah.
Um, there's a lot going on. So, it's just like little moments of clarity I wish I could have found a long time ago. Um, but I'm glad I have it today.
Yeah, it's always good to realize that and have it now, and everything's a lot more free now. So it's like
Right.
makes everything a hell of a lot easier to balance everything.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but like I think that's a great place to wrap the episode up. But Trevor, thank you again for coming on the show for the second time. I really appreciate your time, and I want to wish you the best of luck if you go for the Allan Cup again next year.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely the goal, and for yourself too. I know your goal is to be in the Fed next year. Um, don't sell yourself short. Like you put up fantastic numbers this year. You obviously know what you're doing. You can play the game. Um, just make yourself stand out wherever you go this
Yeah.
year. Give yourself that chance. Give yourself that opportunity. Put yourself out there because you're more than capable of doing it, and you definitely deserve a chance, no matter where it be.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And it's all about the grind and just keep going until you can and just go wherever you can.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.